Welcome to OG Heroes. I'm Lucia. The Cut Red Tape for Heroes campaign is bringing PPE to New York City doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals. To date, they've purchased over 1 million PPEs to help fill the critical need. I'm about to be joined by Rhonda Rowland Shearer. She's the founder of the Art Science Research Laboratory and the person behind this inspiring campaign. Rhonda, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for this opportunity to talk about Cut Red Tape for the number 4 Heroes and our campaign to supply our heroes in New York City PPE.
Can you tell us just a little bit more about the campaign and what drove you to start this?
It's like so many things when you get involved. It was one step at a time and one resistance at a time. As I made calls, I tried to find out if I could help with contacts. The people in charge of ordering supplies weren't experienced. And then at a certain point, I thought I just have to launch on my own. But what I faced was vendors asking for huge deposits or actually payment in full. So I only had a home equity line that I could draw on. But when these bargain arrangements came up at high quality, I couldn't say no. When you're there at the hospital, that they just march through the doors as if they're on fire to help patients.
We hear about the stories and you think to yourself, well, what can I really do? But you went that extra step and you said, no, this is what I can do. Once you have the PPE, how did you decide where to distribute it?
We do really thorough research. It's not a question of just taking a box of PPE and then giving it to the stockpile.
Right.
We really do it at different levels. I'll even do site visits where I sample nurses and personnel to ask them. I will make calls, look at news reports. We obviously think in terms of greatest need, and the hospitals that are city hospitals in poor areas like the Bronx or Harlem, these are hospitals that most need our help. And also the workers, you have maintenance workers, you have cleaning personnel that pick up trash in COVID patient rooms. You have ladies that go in to deliver lunch to COVID patients. And we think, well, they're not medical workers, so they don't need to have PPE in an emergency. But quite the opposite. So this is motivating to me. I want to be there, and all the volunteers. I could never do this on my own. It's quite inspiring to have that sense of community and working with those that maybe we would never meet due to the commitment, the joint commitment to not have an injustice to our healthcare workers that are risking their lives for us.
What are some of the things that stand out to you around the impact that this actually has on people's lives?
It is so inspiring. It's that can-do American spirit. If everybody pulls together, we can solve this. When you talk to workers, they will tell you how appreciative they are, that they don't have time to go buy masks.
Rhonda, you're no stranger to causes, right? You like you mentioned after 9/11, you put yourself in the position to be the helper. Could you talk to us a little bit about what you did after 9/11 and how that has helped you in this process as well?
Basically, I was on a plane on 9/11 with my then husband, Stephen J. Gould, who's just now deceased. My daughter, she called me, right? I'm on an airplane, and she was already delivering supplies out of my studio. I'm a sculptor, so I had respirators, bolt cutters, leather gloves. She loaded it all up on a hand truck, rushed down to ground zero, and people were waving her on and telling her to come back. She said, please come back. They had no respirators down there. They had really no equipment. Quickly, we organized in little warehouses on Spring Street. Once you've experienced something like this, it changes you. You know, I couldn't really do my sculpture anymore after this. I had to do charitable work. So I'm sorry to get emotional.
No, I think that we're not emotional enough sometimes about how serious the situation can be, but your work is inspiring people to get involved. And I know that it did change you. It is life or death. And the work that you're doing is truly, truly supplying life because of this protective gear. One of the things that has gotten a lot of attention is the GoFundMe campaign that you are doing to help make this possible, right? So that less people are exploited, that this gear gets into the hands of those that need it. Can you tell us about the GoFundMe?
The idea of someone giving $5, this makes a difference. It adds up. If 1 million people give $5, this is significant. All you have to do is go to cut red tape, the number 4, heroes, and know that every dollar goes to buying PPEs. There's no overhead. It's all direct to buying a mask, a face shield, a Tyvek suit. It gives all the background information, the history of what we've done and what we've accomplished so far, where we've acquired over 1 million pieces of PPE, are in the middle of distribution of those to numerous hospitals.
If there's someone that works in a hospital, I know you service New York City, that needs resources, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, on the GoFundMe page, there's contact information. So please do let us know what's going on at your hospital, and we'll see what we can do.
Rhonda, you mentioned the need's only going to grow, and the work that you're doing has inspired us all here at OG Heroes. And so we want to make a $100 donation to your organization and your GoFundMe campaign so that more people can get PPE. I know that every bit counts, so hopefully that $100 helps.
You're going to be helping hundreds of people, and this is significant. Thanks for the privilege of being here and meeting you and speaking with you, and you have a big heart, and I find that very healing, and thank you for having me here.
Thanks, Rhonda. Thank you for your time. Thanks so much again to Rhonda for joining us. To find more inspirational stories and to find more heroes, make sure to visit us online at OnlyGood.tv or visit us on Instagram at OnlyGood.tv. We'll be back real soon with more inspiring stories and more heroes.